was going to read 7 through 10, but I'm just going to go ahead and focus on 9. Okay. One of y'all, that makes no sense. What? Stacy or whoever's driving the blue Subaru just like comes up every time we're in service and just stops by the door and just slowly drives away.
I don't know, don't worry about that. Focus, Chris, look.
I don't know. But it's funny because doing this, I talked to Dad last night about my preaching, because I didn't really like how my preaching was. And we came to a discussion that I don't necessarily just have to preach in a way, if that makes any sense. I can get up here and give a word, yeah, but that's not necessarily, giving a word is not necessarily preaching. But I'm not really going to try to preach. I'm just going to try to be relaxed and just be led by the Spirit. That's about it. And so far, from the way everything's going, I have no notes, which isn't very good because I'm not experienced. But everything's pretty simple right now with the way the message is. I think it's kind of getting me on the path started on being more me instead of following traditions. And normally I would have notes, but I'm just going to kind of not just wing it, but I'm just going to kind of do everything a little bit different than what I normally would, in a way.
From the heart.
Yeah, from the heart. Which it's kind of weird here what we're going through. I know with me personally, I told Dad the other day that I was thinking about stepping down from the church, the worship leading, and getting up here and preaching because, well, I'm just going to be honest, I was going to end up just hurting people. Because there's so much kids at school just getting on my nerves. I was like, I was finally getting tired of it. Went to the counselor, nothing was being done. Went to Coach May. They started handling it from there. Actually, I think Tate was the one who told Coach May because I was just doing it myself. Just like I'm just tired of it because I've been dealing with kids since 7th grade, starting stuff and doing a whole lot of stuff to me. So it's just like I'm just doing it myself. It's like there ain't no point. So I told Dad I was going to step down. He talked me out of it kind of in a way, telling me that it's good. This is just a tactic of Satan. And he's testing my faith is being tested. And thinking about it a little bit, I was like, well, it's like I'm going to end up losing it because I'm just going to end up snapping. And the way it goes is I didn't really feel grace that much. I didn't feel love from God that much. As a matter of fact, last few weeks, I guess I haven't really felt anything from God. I haven't seen him, haven't felt him. Felt like my life was completely a wreck. Especially after me and Tanya split, I was like, yeah, everything literally seemed to be going downhill for me. It's just like, well, I can't get a break from anything. But then, I think maybe last week, the week before that, everything started to click and things are starting to become revealing. And I didn't know that what was going on in my life is what I prayed for before. I didn't know that God was doing what I asked him to do. So I was a little bit blinded spiritually to what was going on. And it kind of sucks being spiritually blinded. Because I didn't know it. I was like so confused. It wasn't that I was focused on doing sinful things, because where my heart's at is I'm desperate. Like I even messaged Chris and told him before when we watched the Holy Ghost movie, because y'all know I watched that over and over again at the house. I go to sleep with it. I like to play it on the DVD player and just go to sleep with it playing. And I just love watching it and how it operates. And I told Chris that I'm really starting to become obsessed with who the Holy Spirit is. And which on my phone, I want to spell obsessed and I spelled upset. So Chris thought I was upset with the Holy Spirit. So I was like, wait, no, not upset. Because he asked me, he was like, why don't you upset the Holy Spirit? I was like, what? He's like, you said you're upset with the Holy Spirit. I'm like, oh no, I'm obsessed with the Holy Spirit. He's like, oh. Amen. because the way that, on the movie, which we've all watched, the way that he was operating, it was different than what I expected. It was different than everything. And there at first, when I was first watching it, because I think I watched it before anybody else did, I did have, especially in that one part when they went to talk to that minister and then went and prayed for that one kid, and then that minister and that kid met, that like got me to thinking a little bit. It's like, I don't really know about that, because it was weird seeing the kid that the guy that they just talked to about how, was it the spirit don't, miracles don't happen and your kind of spirit don't move.
Oh, the preacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spirit don't move and healings don't take place, all that stuff, I can't remember all that stuff, but, he was good. And then when they, went and prayed for that kid and with the metal in his arm and he was able to move it. And later on in the video, you see him walking across the street, I guess, and the dude hands him out, what is it, an invitation or paper or something? And I was like, wait a minute, that's the dude they just prayed for and that's the minister they just talked to. It's like, that's a little bit strange to me. And then, of course, being God, because God is also kind of smart ugly sometimes. So he's kind of like, well, I don't have to operate in your boundaries. It's like, okay. It's like, I learned my lesson now. Don't put boundaries on what he can do and who he can work through. And I'll go ahead and be honest, I'm not the most perfect person in the world. I mess up. The other day, I was so angry with just about everybody at school, I was literally wanting to strangle about half of them. And I even told Coach May and the head coach that I'm actually helping out with Leftwich that I literally just feel like I'm about to explode. And which me and Coach May, of course, everybody knows my relationship with him and how well me and him get along. He told me, he's like, you ever need any spiritual advice, just come by my office and we'll talk. It's like, well, thank God. It's like, because I've been needing that here lately. So I told him some other things that was going on, and he told me that he'd be praying for me, and that anything else, just stop by and talk. So it's kind of like, at the same time with Tanya, my life seemed to be going downhill after me and her left, because I got really depressed and really upset due to dreams that I've had and dreams that other people's had, and I guess there's prophetic words, and it kind of tore me up, because I was almost at the sense too, it's like, well, then God's not true to his word, because nothing was happening. Everything he said and everything that was happening, because I couldn't see anything. There was nothing going on. What I thought was nothing going on, that God wasn't doing anything, and then it was reminded to me that he's doing exactly what I prayed. So that felt like hitting rock bottom too. It reminds you of stuff you pray for, and it was like, because I did. When I prayed that, I literally forgot about it completely. I completely forgot that I prayed that, because it's been months ago that I prayed it, because I remember talking to Dad about it too, and she actually reminded me about it, which I say that, but also the Holy Spirit brings things to our remembrance. So I said it was the Holy Spirit that did it instead of Dad. So I'm giving the Holy Spirit credit on that. Sorry, Dad, you gotta take it back.
He reminded me.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. It's like, well, Dad did it, but anyways, it's my life literally the past few weeks has been a test completely, and I haven't gave up. I still look at myself, not necessarily in the sense that I'm somebody high and mighty, but I still look at myself as the soldier that gets knocked down but keeps getting back up and fighting more and more. Kind of like in the sense, God's over there sitting there, not helping me up, but telling me you have the strength to do it, son. You can get up and fight more. That's the way I kind of look at my spiritual walk, because I'm literally attacked 24/7 every day. I have been since the day I was born. We all have, all of us kids have. And that's why I'm ready to get out of here, so I can just actually be relaxed a little bit while Jesus just does all the dirty work, beat Satan, go ahead and end it. We're sitting in heaven. I'm gonna have fun in heaven, because I'm gonna run on water. I'm gonna run on water. That in heaven is gonna be really fun. Although I do look at it as, if we stop looking as, we can't wait to get to heaven and bring heaven down here, then things might be different. I hear Christians say it all the time. Well, I'm ready to get to heaven, like, we're going to spend eternity in heaven. No, we're not. We're coming back here. God just wants to get rid of us again. He's like, y'all stay down here. At least on the bright side, we're going to be with Jesus when we're down here again. But, kind of great because he shows me a lot of mercy and grace and everything, because there was a time here recently, as a matter of fact, I literally did talk to God, and I literally said, it's like, there's nothing happening. All the promises you gave me, everything you said, everything, including even your word, there's nothing in my life that is even doing with anything that you said, nothing. And I told him, it's like, well, here's my deal with it. Kind of told him basically the same thing Dad did. It's like, look, it's like somewhere somebody either messed something up in the translation of your prophecies or of your word, or you just didn't mean anything you said. Because there was nothing. I literally had nothing to go off of. So far gone, so far lost. I was like, I can't see anything. But in the middle of not being able to see anything, I was completely blinded to exactly what he was doing. And he was doing exactly what I prayed for. So that's kind of, and I'm still alive today. He didn't strike me dead. Not this time, anyways.
You've been dealing with Bolins for a while, but they can understand it more.
Yeah, he's got to deal with Kevin in heaven. Out of the wheelchair. Alright. I'm going to move on because I don't really want to waste a whole lot of time. It's kind of just a testimony, but God brought me through a lot. And because of his love, his mercy, and his grace, I'm still here today the way I am, still in church. Definitely because of his love, because he showed me that time and time again, over and over again. Even when I didn't want it, he still did it. Kind of offends you. You don't want it, he still gives it to you. It's offensive. I mean, I get mad when people try giving me something, and I say, I don't want that. Give me something else, and you're going to give me something. Especially when it comes to food. I'm very picky when it comes to food. It depends on what we're doing and what day it is. No, that's not a lie. But anyway, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. I'm just going to read this scripture and see where we go from there. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities than the power of Christ, that the power of my Christ may rest upon me. I'm going to pray because I feel like that's very important as we read the scriptures too. Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here to honor you, to worship you, to lift your name up higher, to forget everything I've done wrong, to forget all the stipulations that I put on myself and all the boundaries and every hurtful thing I've said about myself, Lord, and everything I've been going through to lay down at your feet and just give you everything I have. Lord, I pray that you just let your Spirit just guide me as I preach your word and give a message here. Lord, I pray that you just touch me and touch all those that are under the sound of my voice and those that are in the recording, that are watching the recording. Lord, I pray that you just let your Spirit just touch every single person that is hearing this word, touch every single person in this building. And just let your Spirit flow through in this place. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. The main part I'm going to focus on in the scriptures is the red letters. That's about, everybody likes the red letters until Jesus gets on to you. They don't like it very much when they read that. It's like, oh, I love Jesus so much, and then he gets on you, it's like, oh, come over here now. Go hang out with Satan and his crew for a minute while Jesus is getting on to all these other people over here. It's like, I'm just going to come over here. I don't want to be part of that. Everybody says that it hurts when God gets on to you, but every time it got on me, it's always been offensive. It's like, really? This
Especially when it's been weeks later after I repented for it and it gets on me again. It's like, come on, dude. It's like I repented for it. But he does that because I end up messing up again with the same thing. So he's got to correct me for it. It's like, well, okay. You want to do that, then go ahead. You know, grace is, hear people say it all the time, grace is offensive. Because he always shows grace when we don't deserve it. You know, when we mess up, when we spit in his face, and tell him we don't want his word, we don't want his love, we don't want any of it. And all he does is he's like, okay, I'm here. Be walking the other way, he's walking right there beside us like, I'm here. I'm here, though. Annoying little kid. In a way, because little kids, especially when you have like candy or something, they're like, can I have a piece? Can I have a piece? Can I have a piece? No one can, no one can. Over and over again. That's how Satan is. And that's not saying that Jesus is annoying, but what I'm saying is this, is that the love and grace of Jesus, even though we want to walk away and get away from him, he's still right here beside us like, I'm right here. When we're messing up, when we're drowning in deep waters, he's still saying, I'm right here. Just call my name and I'll grab you. Just say the word and I'll grab you. But then we often say Jesus is too far gone from us. His grace and his mercy and his love is not enough for me. And yes, it's easy to feel that when you mess up and you're living a sinful life. It's easy to say there because you don't see it. You're blinded completely spiritually because of the choices you made. And because of the choices you made that have blinded you, you can't see the grace, you can't see the love that is being fulfilled from God. You can't see any of it. And you know, at RCA, Grayson spoke today. Grayson is a great young man. I look up to him a lot. And he's a real blessing in my life. Him and his whole family are. Him and his whole, well, actually his family, because I keep forgetting they're related to the Mays. But, you know, their whole family, they're all a great blessing to me. Every single one of them treats me nice, kind, respect. They're true Christians. I mean, they're very loving, show everybody the love. And, you know, even Grayson, we all know, we've all been in service with Grayson, except for maybe Brother Russell. But we've all been in service with Grayson, we've heard him preach. Well, Grayson's also an example of God's grace, mercy, and love being shown. Because I remember being out there on the football field, and Grayson, the leader of FCA, ended up hurting his leg, and he started cussing like a sailor. And what did he do right after that? He repented. And he went to the coaches, and he apologized to the coaches. And he went to his mom and dad and apologized to them. But then what we do a lot of times is we spit back in the face of God after he forgives us of the sins that we have committed, after we pray for forgiveness. Because, you know, he's already forgave us. You know, the Bible says he doesn't remember it anymore after you pray for forgiveness for it. You know, you print it. And what that means, we bring back up, it's like, God, I need you to forgive me for this and this. It's like and we sit at it. We just stay stuck until we feel a physically moved God. You know, until we feel him physically forgive us, if that makes any sense. And we stay stuck there. And you don't move past it, then that's as far as your spirit is going to go. That's as far as you're going to let any word go, because you won't move past it. And we often think that our sin is what keeps us bound up completely from all things, from doing anything for God and whatever we want to do in our callings. But really, in a way, it's you that bound yourself up because you won't move on from it. You won't let it go. And so, maybe if you need a title for this message, it's God's Not Done With You. That's good. And there's a song about torn wells,
And I do love that song, but it's not the reason I got the message. It's actually because I was going through a hard time, and God still never gave up on me. He never left me. As a matter of fact, His love and mercy and grace actually felt greater since I started searching more through everything I was going through and wanted to turn back to Him and completely flip everything around in my life. It's all felt more amazing than it has before. Because straddling the fence, grace and mercy and love don't really feel that good when you're straddling the fence because it almost offends you in a way completely. That you have God pulling you to one side and Satan pulling you on the other, and you're kind of at a choice where you're straddling the fence and you're like, which way do I want to go? That's where I was for the longest. And like I said, I even said some hurtful things about God. I even called Him a liar. Like nothing you said is coming to pass. But still, His mercy and His grace and His love, He's still sitting there. The whole time, I was sitting here saying all these bad things to Him. He sat there and listened. I kind of picture Him sitting on a seat, kind of in front of Him, kind of sitting on a seat, me next to Him, just over there. He's just sitting back like this, just kind of listening, like a counselor. You know, I feel bad for counselors like Miss Almer and them, like school counselors, because I know Miss Almer alone, everybody takes advantage of her, and everybody just, and it kind of makes me a little bit mad, especially with like Miss Almer, because Miss Almer is, I believe she's a good godly woman. The way she talks and the way she acts when it comes to people, she really searches for true honesty, like the hearts of everybody. And she would, even me, like I would even go in there and just, me and her just talk about spiritual stuff. It's like, cool, my counselor and my dean of students is Christians. But that's cool. And you know, but people take advantage of it, and that's kind of and the counselors, they get the rude awakening of it all, because you're going to them with all your problems, and you don't even care what they're going through. You don't care what they dealt with the kid before that comes in there. It's like you're just focused on what you can get out of it. Hopefully she'll tell you what you want to hear. I went in there one day, and she literally said that. She's like, that might not be what you want to hear. I was like, well, good. And by the time people stop telling me what I want to hear. It's like, I told her, it was like, I'm looking for the truth. I just want somebody to tell me the truth. That's what I want. And she did. And that really means a lot to me. But, you know, seeing everybody take advantage of people, even with God, people take advantage of Him. They take advantage of His grace. They're like, well, I can go out here and I can party and do all this stuff and sin all I want to. And I can come to church on Sunday and pray for forgiveness, and then I'll be all right for the week. You can't take advantage of His grace, really. You can't, there's no sense in it. Now, also, you can go on to a side note of that people take advantage of His grace, and also say they're also lying about His grace. They're feeling a little bit of feeling, and they say that it's His grace, when in all honesty, it's their own free will that they're claiming is the grace of God because they're able to go do that, and nobody's condemning them or judging them. And it's very offensive to Christians, especially me, when I see people take advantage of God's grace. Not that it just offends me what they're doing, but because, you know, we don't see it. We're blinded to exactly what's going on and the exact feeling of His grace. And it's, in a way, it's breathtaking to feel the grace of God and feel His love and see it over and over again. Because I see it about every day. I have people that talk to me every day. I mean, even before, me and some kids at school, we was talking about God over and over again, just constantly for a week straight. And now, other kids at school started sitting at our lunch table, and they're not Christians, but then everybody just automatically just doesn't say anything. But yeah, we can sit there when we're in our little group of lights and talk about God all we want to, but as soon as a little bit of darkness comes around, God's grace and His love isn't enough. That's the way we put it off to sinners too. We're just in our little circle, we're in our little bubble. Kind of what head set off of the Holy Ghost. You know, Christians are just all in their little bubbles. You know, we're not going after the darkness. We're just going to stay around the light. And I like it. I can't remember who always says it. I don't remember if it was you or Chris, or I think it was actually multiple people say it. Light always shines the brightest in the darkness. You know, in the darkest places, light will shine brighter. You should get a hold of, I mean, I know a flashlight in here and there doesn't really be anything. But sinners, what they're looking for is they're looking for the mercy, the grace, and the love of God. They're not looking for somebody to tell them that none of that's good enough for them. If it's not good enough for them, then why should it make it, why should it be good enough for others? Because at some point in everybody's life, whether you realize it or not, you end up messing up. You end up sinning. There's not a single perfect person on this planet. And I would say that clearly because if you think you've got everything figured out, then, well, you're already in a bad place and kind of conceited on yourself and lifting yourself up higher. Because there's not a person on this planet that has everything figured out. I mean, Stephen Furtick, we all look up to him a lot too. I mean, there's a video on him. We was talking about his church when he first started, and I can't remember what was going on, but I mean, he showed anger. If you was in his church, some people probably would end up being offended because of what he did. He might have thrown a chair because he was angry. I mean, in his words, there may or may not have been a chair thrown, which normally means there was. Anytime you say there may or may not, that means there was. And, you know, I guarantee if you're sitting out there in the audience, you're going to be like, well, he's angry all the time. It's like, he shows some anger. It's like, yeah, but you limit God's grace. When we limit God's grace, it kind of almost becomes where we can't see God's grace. It becomes ineffective in our lives because we limit what he can and can't do and who he can and can't operate on. So I guess in a sense, instead of this being God's not done with you, you can also use it as God's grace for you. Yeah, I'll soon be talking more about that than God's not done with you. We'll get in that here in a minute, hopefully. But as grace is one thing that I really wish that everybody could feel at least once in life, especially the grace of God. The sad thing is there's a lot of people that's never felt it because they get turned down everywhere they go. Nobody will accept them for who they are. And that's kind of me. That's cool. I haven't been here before. Well, actually, up until this year, I actually hadn't started being me. I was always putting on the front because I actually didn't want to try to offend anybody by being myself. And then I was like, well, if me being me offends people, then but they expect me to, while they're being themselves, they expect me to just show love to them while they're offending me and hurting me and yada, yada, yada. You pick whatever they do. But I can't be myself and the person I am. So I found out, because I even told Dad that I'm searching for who I really am in Christ. That's where I'm at right now. It's like I don't care anymore about this and this and this. It's like I want to know who I am in Christ. I want to know what I'm supposed to be doing, who he called me to be. I want my identity. That's what I'm searching for him to show me. And when I asked that, the you're a lover, not a fighter came back up. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So even in the time of people picking on me and wanting to start stuff with me, I still even showed them love. Even because I even told everybody, even the last kids that was doing all this stuff, I even told them, it's like, look, I'm only going to do anything if I have to. It's like, I mean, you can work things out before anything gets too bad, then good. But it's like, if it comes down to it, I'm going to do what I got to do. And I even told Coach May and all of them that, and everybody's like, well, just handle it. They'll handle it. So I was like, okay, good. And that's kind of my break, because it's like, you know, to be honest, anybody really that's actually like wanting to get a problem handled with, completely done, probably wouldn't have the patience to go up to people, or grace or mercy to go up to people and just try to let the authorities handle it. Most people's going to handle it themselves in their own way because we're humans and we're kind of selfish sometimes. There's not supposed to be a selfish Christian. Jesus wasn't selfish. But, the grace of God it's a very loving thing. And his love is just reckless, completely reckless. Like, worse than that driving. Because it's not going to stop no matter what gets in its way. And the reason it is because God loves you so much, he sent his son to die for you. And that alone just shows the love of God. I mean, in a way, I'm going to talk about maybe slightly the love of God and its effect on me. It literally, therefore, for the longest, when I wasn't doing it right, even though we was in church, we all want to watch the Passion. We all love the Passion of the Christ, that movie. I find it offensive because I think that movie's very similar to what really happened. I literally think it was similar to what happened. Now, I really do believe that it was worse what actually happened to Jesus than what the movie played off of. But just knowing how they played it off and knowing that he did that for me, that Jesus died for me, knowing that I was going to mess up every sin that I've done, every sin that I'm going to do, he knows that I'm going to do it. That's the offensive thing. Is God knows that you're going to mess up this time, in the future, and the future there, but he still continues to show you grace and love.
That's right.
And when you feel that, and you know that, especially for me, I don't know anybody else, but for me, it's very offensive. It's like I'm spitting in your face and you're doing nothing but showing me love, mercy, and grace. I'm basically cursing your name and you're doing nothing but showing me mercy, love, and grace. So, it's love that we learn to be reckless love, which it is, because it's not going to stop no matter what. He comes after us, wanting to reveal to us who he created us to be, instead of who we made ourselves to be. So, with it all, grace, love, mercy, it all plays an effect in our Christian walk to change us and who we are, so that God's will and who God created us to be will come to pass. But at the same time, you also know to this standpoint of it's not going to cross free will. I even said it before, it's like, well, God's all powerful and God can do all things. Because I even asked the question after you found me. It's like, then why won't he go against our free will? And it's like, well, I guess it's just, I don't really have an answer for it. I'm just going to say it's probably because he loves us so much, he's not going to. He's not going to force anything upon us. That's the only explanation I can come up with for it. And he does. And you go to those scriptures, I don't really know word for word. I hear people talk about them all the time. I don't know where it's at, but the one where it's talking about the sinful parents or the evil parents want to do this and this, all these good things to their children. It's like, how much more would your heavenly Father do you? It's like, it's a good parent. If they have the money and they're able to, if their kid asks for something like a candy bar, you're going to buy them a candy bar. And then you got Dad over here, you ask for a candy bar, he's going to buy him about 5 of them. Not even if you want. No. But God's love, his mercy, and his grace, everybody, you're alive on this planet, you're witnessing his love, his mercy, and his grace. Because I do believe completely that we're alive, our hearts beating because God tells us to. I believe that he's pushing everything. I believe he's telling the blood to flow through us like it's our lungs to breathe. I believe he's completely operating all of that. So that alone shows me the love, mercy, and grace of God. Because we wake up every morning. And even times we wake up every morning, to get on this subject too. I know I'm probably getting a little bit off topic, But hopefully it can all tie in together to God's not done with you. But we wake up in the mornings, even Christians, and the first thing we do is we check our phones or we get up and go to the bathroom. I don't hardly even hear about Christians anymore that gets up and prays before they go and do anything. I mean, we try it. We've all tried it sometimes. Get up before school, before work, we go and pray. Never happened. Maybe except once or twice throughout the years we tried it, but you know, it's a little bit. It's such an uneasy feeling in me that Dad knows the statistics of the average, how much the average pastor prays a week, I think. And I think it was like 5 minutes. The average pastor. And in this country. So, I mean, yeah, it's like when we wonder why there's no love being shown of God. It's like, well, we're Christians and we're the light of the world. The Holy Spirit operates through us, but we won't go and show the love of God. We won't show His love to people. And we're spitting in His face, and well, it's like, you know, that person just murdered 13 people, and you're wanting me to go and love him and forgive him for everything he's done. And this is Jesus like, yeah, I would have done it. Like, what did He do when He was on the cross? He said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. Even today, I don't even pray that because people persecute me. I don't pray, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. I actually don't pray at all. I just get frustrated, walk off, go to myself, and try to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Because that's how it works, right? When people are ridiculing us, we're the ones doing stuff wrong. Not necessarily. I mean, they ridicule Jesus, and Jesus didn't do anything wrong. So, but for me personally, when they ridicule me, when people ridicule me or talk a bunch of stuff about me and say a bunch of stuff that I know is not true, yeah, it gets me down, it gets me upset. Even though it goes against the Bible and everything God has told me, it still like beats me down. It's like, what am I doing to make them think that, you know, it's a hard subject to get onto that because I still ain't found an answer for it on me. I mean, I go to school and there's kids daily that just start calling me names. It's like, well, some of them I don't even know. And it's it's just a whole confusing thing for me. Like, 'cause I don't do anything to anybody at school. I literally don't. I have about 4 or 5 close friends. Me and them goof off around. We'll fight and wrestle around. We'll just end up beating each other up. But other than that, I don't hardly talk to anybody or do anything to anybody. Could be why. They probably think I'm stuck up because I don't speak to them. But I'm also the type that's like, if I don't really know you that well, you're going to speak to me first. Like, I'm not going to talk to some random person. So at that time, it's hard for me, when all that going on, it's hard for me to see the grace and mercy of God and the love of Him too, because it's like, I'm like, God, I'm doing this. I'm trying to live for you, but all these people are just, and it gets really hard for me to just stay in and, you know, really just focus deep on it and wonder, like, not wonder what I'm doing wrong. Because if I really thought about it, I'm probably not really doing a whole lot wrong now, as people put it off. I mean, but you gotta come to the conclusion you're gonna be ridiculed. People's gonna talk about you. They did it to Jesus. They mocked Him. They spit in His face. Luckily, nobody spit in my face yet. Physically. That's gonna be pretty disgusting if it happens. But in a way, you know, we don't feel His mercy and His grace and His love, so we automatically say, God, you're done with me. You have nothing to do with me. And it comes to the point where you just gotta, it's kind of like you're driving. You know, we know it. If you let your hands off the steering wheel, you're going to end up wrecked. You're going to cause a big wreck. probably going to end up killing yourself if you do that. But in spiritual sense, we try to hang on to the steering wheel a little bit too much and a little bit too tight. And when God is up there saying, let me take control, let me take over, I'm not done, and we're throwing him off to the side like, God, you're done with me, you don't want anything to do with me. And he's sitting right there, he's like, let me take control, give it to me, I will handle it. And we tell him no, because we don't trust him we don't trust him with our lives. So we tell him no, it's like you can't take control because I want to go this way. I want to go straight when he wants you to go left. And we tell him no, and we say, God, I'm done with it. It's like, God, you're done with me. There's nothing else for me. You're done. Your mercy, your grace, it's not enough. It's like you have to show me it in a long time. It's like you're completely done. It's like you've left me. In the sense of it's not God leaving you, it's you won't let God take control of it. Because there's not a person on this planet. I believe that if you are alive on this planet today, God has a purpose for you. And it's because of his mercy that you're alive. It's because of his love that you're alive. So, God's not done with you. And I'm going to play that song here in a minute off my phone because I really do like it. Because it really speaks in a lot of situations because we're like, well, I'm a broken mess. God wants nothing to do with me. No, that's when he wants to do with you the most. Is when you're completely broken and you have nothing left. And he just wants you to give everything to him so he can handle it, he can control it, he can fix you the way he created you instead of this messed up person you made yourself. Because that's what we do. We mess ourselves up and then we spit in the face of God. And we tell him it's his fault. Because we couldn't see his love, his mercy, and his grace shining through on us. So, I want everybody to think about it as an encouraging sense, even those who's watching. Because God's not done with you. There's still a purpose, there's still a plan, and there's still a reason. His love, his mercy, and his grace is still out there. You just have to grab a hold of it. You don't beat yourself down because you're not feeling it. Even, I can't remember the dude's name, but on the Holy Ghost movie, he was talking about it. He's like, you want to encounter the Holy Spirit, ask. Just ask. And it says in the Bible, asking you will receive. Knocking the door will be open unto you. If you want to feel the love and mercy and the grace of God, ask. Keep seeking for it. Keep searching for it. Because we look for the love. We look for the love to be in all these other places such as girlfriends and boyfriends and best friends, because that's a new deal now where your best friend's supposed to love you like they're dating you but don't know why. Everyone really understood why it's on that point. But they're searching for the love in all these places when really the love that they're really wanting to feel comes from Jesus and the Holy Spirit. But we don't want to be in a relationship with Jesus. We want to just go do our own thing and not let his love be enough for us. Let his mercy and his grace be enough for us. But he still pushes it towards us. He still holds it out in each hand and says, here's my love, here's my mercy, here's my grace, take it. It's like, I do this because I love you. That's the way Jesus was on the cross. He did it because he loved us. We did it because we quit. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather that should be us on the cross. I mean, we should have been the ones taken. But he did it because he loves us. And he wanted us to feel his love fully. And that's what everybody searches for, is the true love of God. Not what man has made it to be, but the true love of God that is in the Bible, the true love of God that is shown on, the love of God that's shown on the people in Africa that's having church. Tell them, stop sending us food, send us the Word, send us the Bible. That's what they ask for. I seen a deal, I think it was on YouTube, a video, maybe on the news, on YouTube, I don't know, it's a video, not that much, of a church off in, like, Indiana or something like that. Can't remember exactly the place, but, like, it was flooded, like, 4 feet deep, and they was still there having church. Like, the church was completely flooded, water coming up to grown men's waist, and they're still having church. And we closed the doors because some lunatics running around. The people in India and Africa, they're desperate, they're hungry. They've searched for the love of God, and now it's getting poured out upon them. And they're feeling it, and they're letting revelation come into their lives, letting change be broken off, and letting just about anything that, they're just straight, I guarantee it, they're straight to the point where they don't even care anymore. It's like they're just, no food, no water, no nothing, they're just, the Lord is my shepherd, He is my strength. It's like, I don't need that. It's like the Lord will bless me. I guarantee it, that's the point they're at. So you look at it since God's not done with you, let it be encouragement that there's still a plan, there's still a purpose for you. Well, I can't see what's going on. It's like, don't see. Call on Jesus, let Him guide you. Well, I can't feel the Holy Spirit. Ask. Search for it. Over and over again, just pray for the Holy Spirit to come and rest upon you, come have an encounter with you. You want to feel the love of God, just ask for it. You want to see it, ask for it. Just ask Jesus when you see His love. That's how simple it is. And you might get discouraged because it might not happen right then and there. But you have to wait. But God will show you, He will reveal to you His love when He comes. He will reveal to you His mercy and His grace. The Holy Spirit will come to you, just not on your time. It's one thing that's so hard for me to deal with, or was so hard to deal with, was that God's timing is not my time. And when I wanted Him to move on this situation here and get it worked out, He's like, no, you're not ready for that yet. If I was to give that to you now, you'd be messed up even more. Look at it in that sense instead of the sense of God doesn't want to give anything to us. I know Christians do that. They're not necessarily Christian, but people do that. Well, God don't want to give me what I want. He's not a good father because I asked Him for this and He hasn't given it to me yet. Yeah, but here's the deal. If He gave you that right now and He has something else in store, then you might not want what He has in store. And what He's waiting on giving you is much bigger than what you're wanting. You have much more than what you're wanting. God wants the best for us. He don't want us to sit down in depression all day, every day, and struggle with this, and this. And that's kind of the reason I'm doing the God's not done with us, because we get depressed. People get depressed and discouraged because they can't feel anything. And I was even there. It's like God, He's like, there's nothing. I have nothing. It's like you're literally silent on my life. Like I can't see anything that you said, that you promised. But it's still a reminder that God's not done with us. We're still a masterpiece that He's creating. Now every good artist, musicians, painters, football players, you can even ask any of them. Even one of my teachers actually has it in the room, Michael Jordan. Everybody knows Michael Jordan, great basketball player. And on the sign it says he's missed like so many thousand shots
He's so trusted to shoot like over 700 game-winning shots, and he missed like over 700 of them. And Michael Jordan was a great basketball player, but he said in the failures, when I keep pressing forward, keep moving forward on past my failures, and basically he's saying, come to the understanding that I don't need it to hold me back, that I can keep moving forward and keep playing the game. That's why I succeed. Even in Christianity, when we get stuck at our sin, and we're stuck there, it's like, God, we're already, it's like I can't feel anything. But as soon as you sin, you pray for forgiveness, God's already working. He's already looking into the future. He's already looking in the road ahead that's coming. He knows everything that's coming your way. He knows just about it all. He knows what you're about to go through. And so when you're going through it, and you're struggling like, God, there's nothing here for me, just keep it in your mind that God's not done with you. And God will finish what he starts. I mean, we've, even here, use the church for an example. We even got so far to the point where we're like, there's nothing, there's no people coming in. We all just get discouraged. I mean, it's discouraging for me on those days nights when I'm preaching, and there's 3 people out in the crowd. It's like, well, it's kind of discouraging. There's not a whole lot of people here. And it's easy to get discouraged on stuff like that. It's easy to, but we're still here in operation. We're still going. God's not done with this. He's still moving. He's still alive because God's not done with it. He's got a purpose for you. So I'm going to play this song and turn it over to Dad if he has anything to say. But listen to the words of it, because the dude that's singing it is very high pitched. It's torn wells, but he's a great singer, and it's a great song. I really like it. Just listen to the words and let the words minister to you. If I can find it.